Could you and Charlie please elaborate on the higher order effect that these share repurchases have on society?
Yeah, their way essentially of distributing cash to the people that want the cash when other co-owners mostly want you to reinvest, and it's a savings vehicle. If the four of us sitting at this table decided we'd buy a few Dairy Queen franchises, we form a little company, and we all put in $1 million or something like that, and we buy the Dairy Queen franchises, and they're doing well. And three of the four of us want to keep buying more Dairy Queen franchises, and we're not done building and saving for the future. And we're in the wealth creation business. And the fourth one says, "Listen, I've gotten rich enough. I'd rather take some money out." And well, there's only two ways to do it. We can pay dividends, all four of us, three of us of whom don't want it, and we can repurchase the shares at a fair price. If it's just the four of us, we pick out a fair price, and the fourth one gets bought out of his interest. I find it almost impossible to believe some of the arguments that are made that it's terrible to repurchase shares from a partner if they want to get out of something, and you're able to do it at a price that's advantageous to the people that are staying, and it helps slightly the person that wants out, and a majority of the Berkshire shareholders, a great majority. We had a vote on dividends one time. We've got savers. Now, that's partly because we've advertised ourselves as being that sort of a vehicle. We've created that something. We've stuck with it for 50-something years. And people individuals, huge number, look at Berkshire as something they're going to own until they die. Now, their circumstances may change, their needs may change, but the savers generally keep saving. We just recently had somebody that father came with us 60 years ago, and billions of dollars, and they weren't saving exactly for their old age. Just was sort of built into them that they like to do it. Now, philanthropies will get a lot of money and so on. And, it's the most. What could be more logical than if a very small minority of your holders want to get out, and most of them want to stay in, and the person that wants to get out wants the money. You don't give the money to everybody. You give it to the one who wants it, and you do it at a price that is beneficial to most parties. On a private deal, you'd work out the fair value. The market tells you the value in the case of a publicly traded company. Charlie, got anything?
Well, if you're repurchasing stock just a bullet higher, it's deeply immoral. But if you're repurchasing stock because it's a fair thing to do in the interest of your existing shareholders, it's a highly moral act. And the people who are criticizing it are bonkers.
If Berkshire would switch its capital return policy to dividends from buybacks, if the capital gains rate goes up to 43.4%, dividends would be far more tax advantaged for shareholders under that scenario.
Yeah, we literally did have a vote by our shareholders. Now, we've got a different group of shareholders than a REIT would have, or an MLP might have. I mean, there's different people select what they go into, and people that go into SPACs are hoping the stock goes up next week. Basically, and we've got a bunch of people that were assembled over 55 years, but they started with a base of people that it was a lifetime investment, and if they wanted to cash out, they thought they'd get a fair price at that time, but they really didn't. They had bought it with no intentions like that. So we had a vote, and it was something like 97% or something of the shares said they don't want a dividend. And now that wouldn't be true at other companies, and it'd be crazy to be paying a regular dividend like Coca-Cola has done for many years, and then all of a sudden change the policy on millions of people who had bought it with one expectation in mind and try and change it into a different animal. But Coca-Cola isn't going to change to Berkshire, and Berkshire isn't going to change to Coca-Cola. We've got a different group of owners, and it will keep self-selecting because people have a choice every day. Which do you want to, sort of thing do you want to be in? And Berkshire is a certain kind of animal in that respect. If they jig around the tax laws, that's really got nothing to do with the decision. I mean, we've got a very substantial majority of people that that want us to reinvest the money, and what they're more concerned about is whether we find something to do with the money, the 100 billion or something. And repurchasing shares is something that helps them. They own a larger percentage of Berkshire as they go along, and they'd love to see us buy another business, but they don't mind us intensifying their interest in the present business.